Hello, this is Julie Candler with the BBC News. A key suspect in a major European Union corruption scandal has reached a deal with Belgian prosecutors. The Italian former member of the European Parliament, Pier Antonio Panzeri, will receive a reduced prison sentence in exchange for information. He'll also pay a fine and have assets of about $1 million confiscated. Jessica Parker reports from Brussels.
4 people, including a serving MEP, were charged last month after police seized around €1.5 million in cash in a series of raids. Belgian prosecutors today described Pier Antonio Panzeri as a leader of the alleged criminal network and said that he had pledged to make substantial and revealing statements about who else was involved. In return, the former lawmaker will get a limited jail sentence. Qatar has previously denied claims it tried to win influence in the European Parliament through gifts and money, while Morocco has also hit back at allegations.
The Ukrainian presidential advisor Alexei Arestovich has resigned after suggesting a Russian missile hit a building in the city of Dnipro on Saturday because it was shot down by Ukrainian air defences. 44 people were killed. Our Ukraine correspondent James Waterhouse reports.
Alexei Arestovich has apologised for what he's called a fundamental error. His original comments caused widespread anger. Some Ukrainian MPs signed a petition calling for him to be sacked. The spokesman had blamed tiredness and said he misspoke. However, his remarks have also been used by the Kremlin in blaming Ukraine for the devastating strike in Dnipro, where officials say there's minimal chance of finding anyone else alive. Mr. Arestovich has become one of Kiev's most prominent figures. Millions watch his war updates on YouTube, but he does have previous when it comes to careless comments in public. Last March, he predicted the fighting would be over in 3 weeks.
President Vladimir Putin says the Russian economy is thought to have shrunk by 2.5% last year. It's less than a projection made last week by the World Bank of 3.5%. More international aid organisations have restored activities in Afghanistan after receiving assurances from the Taliban government that women can resume work in some sectors. The Taliban imposed a ban in December, saying female staff had not adhered to their interpretation of Islamic dress code. Isanbarasan Etirajan.
A spokeswoman for the International Rescue Committee said the Taliban authorities gave assurances that female health staff and those in office support roles could resume work. Based on that, she said the agency had restarted health and nutrition services in 4 Afghan provinces. An official with Save the Children said the activities they had been trying to resume provided vital assistance and a massive amount of work was required to address humanitarian problems.
World News from the BBC. Semi-official news outlets in Iran say that a German citizen has been arrested in the south of the country. Tasnim news agency, which is affiliated to the Revolutionary Guards, said that the unnamed individual was detained while taking pictures of oil facilities in Khuzestan province. Neither the Iranian authorities nor the German government have confirmed the reports so far. The jihadist group Al-Shabaab has carried out a deadly attack on an army base in Somalia in the town of Hawadla. It follows a string of battlefield defeats for the militants, including the loss of a key port on Monday, which Al-Shabaab had held for more than a decade. The BBC's Beverly Ocheng reports.
So far, we do know that about between 5 and 7 troop members were killed, including a key commander. And this is a town that is in the Middle Shabelle region. That's about 60 kilometers north of the capital, Mogadishu. Al-Shabaab had lost this key town in October during an offensive by the army and clan militia that's been ongoing. They have been losing significant ground, but they've also been mounting attacks to ebb away at some of the army successes that have been taking place in recent months.
The Swedish climate activist Greta Thunberg is among a group of campaigners who've been detained during protests in Germany. Ms. Thunberg had joined the protest against the destruction of a village to expand an open-cast coal mine at Lützerath on Friday. She was seen by journalists sitting in a police bus following her detention. One of the sons of the president of Equatorial Guinea has been arrested on suspicion of illegally selling a plane belonging to the national airline. State media said Ruslan Obiang Nsue is alleged to have sold the 74-seater turboprop to a company based in the Canary Islands. The suspect used to run the national airline in Equatorial Guinea, a country firmly in the hands of the President Obiang Nguema, who's been in power for 43 years. BBC News.